Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Just a short video today. Probably won't get any more content out of me today either, because today is our local meeting. And it's an all-day event. The meeting isn't. The meeting only lasts for a couple hours, but we always encourage people to come early. And we're usually leaving around 9 o'clock because several people stay that late. And we just sit around and talk and we plan. We get to know each other. And we plan for the future. And that's the good thing about stuff like this. And I always encourage you folks to do the same. Find a group that meets near you, and if there isn't one, start one. If you need help promoting it or whatever, contact me and I'll shoot the message out to as many people as I can, if that's what you want. But I'm telling you, making connections with local people and building a community, building your tribe is really important. Just something that's been weighing on my heart the last few days, and I'm not going to go deep into this. Maybe this is just a teaser video for one that will come later this week. We, on this channel and on many others like this, we talk about prepping, obviously, right? We talk about food, gardening, homestead, prepping that, medical stuff. We talk about, all that kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's all very important. But folks, what is going on in this world right now, it's way bigger than food shortages or inflation or, supply chain disruptions and problems or potential World War III or okay? We are dealing with, we are in the midst of quite possibly some of the most intense and greatest spiritual warfare we as a race, as a people, humanity has ever seen. I'm no theologian, okay? I'm no master of the Bible and knowledge and understanding, but I have been on this path my whole life pretty much. And we need to, many of you get this and you know this and you're doing this, but we have to be prepping our hearts, prepping our soul, prepping ourselves mentally for all this, and prepping our family and building walls of protection around our family, especially for those of you that have children. This kind of stuff, it's been in the news a lot lately. It's quite possible if I make a more in-depth video, I may have to put it somewhere else because YouTube just doesn't like talking about this kind of stuff. But the filth that is happening right now, that it's mainstream. I mean, it's not just mainstream. It's being supported by the government, being pushed upon our children. These new ideologies, these new concepts that are extremely new. We're talking only in the last couple of years. I mean, 3, 4, 5 years ago, people would have thought you were a lunatic, a crazed criminal for talking about some of this kind of stuff or wanting it, especially in regards to children. And now it's being pushed. It's so mainstream. This isn't just a sign that our civilization is collapsing. This isn't just a sign that we are becoming a more perverted and nation. It's not just that. This is a sign that we are, experiencing a level of spiritual warfare that we've never, never experienced. At least you and I, and quite possibly all of humanity. The times are getting close, and as they get closer, darkness, evil, Satan, whatever you want to call it, is going to try to round up all the people he can, bring everything and everyone he can to his side. And we're seeing it. We're seeing this war against the family, war against children, war against God. It's all happening right before us. Some of you don't like this. Some of you, this kind of conversation makes you feel uncomfortable because you're like, this is a prepping channel, this is a homesteading channel, why do we have to talk about this kind of stuff? I don't, okay, yeah, I believe in God, but I don't do this kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not. This is true. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. And I'm not gonna hide behind a YouTube channel and not talk about this stuff on occasion. We have to start prepping in here, folks, and not just ourselves, because many of you might say, well, I'm solid. I mean, I could improve, and I am improving, but I'm pretty solid. What about your family? What about your children? Because that's where they're coming for. I mean, this is very communistic. It's very satanic, extremely satanic. The stuff that they're pushing in schools, that they're pushing in movies and cartoons. There is no safe space anymore, real safe space anymore for children. You can't allow, I mean, our children, I mean, people probably think that we're just horrible people because we don't allow our children to have access to any of that. They have no internet access, even our 13-year-old. The only internet access he has is for school or to do something, and it is absolutely, completely monitored. Like, we are in his presence. He's, TV, movies, any of that kind of stuff. And we've had to become this way because of what's going on out there. And many parents are like, well, you just can't protect them from everything. They're going to see it eventually. That's right, they are. But you've got to build a foundation now for them, more so than ever. For those of you parents that are my age, older, maybe a little younger, and you're not aware of all this kind of stuff, you've not been checking it out, you've not been keeping on top of it, as much as it may make you feel really uncomfortable, you should. You need to know what they're doing out there to come after your children. This is a level of disgustingness that I can't even put into words. And that's what they want. There's a real agenda, a long-term agenda. It fits all within this great reset and all this other stuff that we're talking about. And you're all like, yeah, this food supply thing and these, burning of food production. Oh, great reset, great reset. Well, so is this, folks. This is part of it also. And you need to get your own heart and soul as strong, get the full armor of the Father on you, so that you can be a wall of protection around your children. Because the evilness that's out there, the stuff that they are doing now, what they want to do, it's absolutely over the top evil. And we have to be prepping for that too. Because we can't say, well, God's going to come back and save us from it. It's already happening right now, folks. And it's not happening just in the big old liberal cities. Well, I don't send my kids to LA public school or Chicago public school or Portland public school. My kids are in the little county school out here in Podunk nowhere. Well, it's happening there too. Okay, it's happening everywhere. It's coming down from the Department of Education. It's in the curriculum. It's everywhere. It's on the commercials that they watch on TV. It's in the movies. It's in the cartoons. It's in the toys that they buy. It's everywhere. Okay. And if you just sit back and say, well, we live out here and we're fine. No, you're not. It's everywhere, folks, and you've got to protect your family from it. You've got to put that full armor of God on, which means you need to be prayed up and ready for this battle that's already started. And if you're not ready for it, you're a little late. This is what we also have to be prepping for. Because they're coming for you, they're coming for your children, they're coming for your beliefs, for your family, for your standards, for your morality, for your traditions, everything. It's all around us. This isn't me exaggerating it. This is stuff that comes from their words, their mouth. I could get on here and I could show you video after video and articles and stuff where they're saying that that's what they're doing, that they're coming for your children. There's was it Portland or Seattle or San Francisco, one of those liberal states, they have a men's choir, and that's one of their songs, that we're coming for your children. We're going to convert your children. That's the exact words in the song. We're going to convert your children. This is a serious thing. This is far, far, far more important than how many cans of food you have on the shelf, how many boxes of bullets you have. This is way more important than that. This is way more important than what's going on over in Europe. This is way more important than the possibility of nukes crossing over into the sky. This is way more important than any of that, folks. Because if you don't protect your children, if they get the children, if they get your children, then what is all this for? And I'm sure there are many of you on here that could testify of how bad it is because your children have already been captivated by this. Maybe you have teenage children or adult children, or they're old enough and they've already been captivated. I've talked to so many people through emails and in person, many in tears, because their children have already come out of the closet as a multi-gender, whatever that is, because they've bought into this lie, this deception. It's happening. There's, I've seen on other shows, other YouTube channels and stuff where they've reported that, in some classrooms of 30, 35 children, that 20 to 25 of them come out as this new, LGBTQ, XYZ, whatever. I mean, it's over the top numbers. Mainstream churches, it's okay. They accept it. They say, well, it's not us to judge. It's not for us to judge. We just love them. The only protection from this for your family, for your children, is within your home and within your tribe of people that you know and that you trust and that you depend upon. And that protection is only as good as your walk in here with the Father in heaven. And I'm telling you, folks, this is absolute warfare. The stuff that they're doing, the tactics that they're doing, it is the physical manifestation of a spiritual war going on. And if you don't get ready now, if you don't armor up now, this is no prediction, this is no threat, but I'm afraid your children will be lost to this, because these people have been planning this for decades and decades. They have their agenda, they have their plan, they know exactly what they're doing. And they have all the power and all the technology and all the control of all the different industries all behind them. And it's just you and your wife, or you and your husband in your little home. You can't always necessarily depend on your church either, because like I said, so many churches are like, hey, well, we gotta love them, and that's just all we can really do, and we just don't know, and it's not for us to judge. If you have a church that's different, you have a pastor that's different, good on you. But I'm telling you, there's very few of them left anymore. Prepare your home, folks. Get your house in order. Get yourself in order first so that you can get your house in order. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and believe me, spiritually. Because we don't need to even worry about a World War III with Russia and China and all that kind of stuff. We're already in a war, folks. It's a war for your children and a war for their souls and for your soul. And you need to get ready for it. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.